Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. If you've been with me, you know what we've been doing. We've been super aging. We have been super aging. We have been super aging. We have been getting older. But baby, my crew, A Slice of Life, we do not get old. We just get older. And we're like fine wine. The older we are, the better we are. But baby, we got to live. Do you know the police stopped me? Really? Really? For something silly? Okay. So what you're saying, Georgianne? I'm saying there's a movement right now. There's a movement, a scare tactic movement. There's a movement, a fear movement. There's a movement to um, just to make you uneasy. There's a movement. There's this whole ICE idea. Uh, you know, getting people who don't belong here. Um, there's a movement. There's an undercurrent. I need for everybody to. I need for everybody to just remain calm. That's number one. Number two, always ask for a supervisor if it's something. But I found that if you escalate, it's gonna make it worse. So I need for you to, if you get stopped, then just be pleasant, because there are some people who are maybe stopping you just to see how you're gonna react, just to see what you're gonna do, just to see how you're gonna react. You know, if you got a nice car, or you got tinted windows, or your windows are dark, you know, you got all this going on. You can't really see these lines. You got all this going on right here. You know, you got all this going on, all this and all this. You know, fly, let me see who this is, all this kind of stuff. Let me find something. And it just wasn't even necessary. But you ask for a supervisor and you stay calm. The person is an officer, and they're sworn officers. And so you remember that. I'm not asking you to cut out what happens with the men. I think, you know, they hit the bass. You're not changing your voice, but the bass in the voice and all that. And you actually can have on a shirt and tie. And it won't matter if somebody just want to, act like that. But I have found for us, females, I'm just going to talk from what I know. I just think you ought to just say, good afternoon, good evening, officer. What's the problem? And they said, well, let me see you drive. Then if they ask for it, give it to them. Most of the time, mine is in my purse, it's in the back. And sometimes this particular person was in the back of my car. And I think they just got my name and looked it up. I think they kind of know they can go by your tag. They don't really have to see it. But as long as you're willing. But if you say, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I think that precipitates. And this is not the climate for precipitation. This is the climate for getting home. I need for all of us to get home. We cannot super age from the grave. We cannot super age from the jail cell. We cannot super age from the hospital. Okay? And so it's a way to do things, and it's a way we as a people, we know how to do stuff. We knew how to do it then, and we know how to do it now. I want my age group to get home. Now there's some 16 and 22s and 33s. You know, they don't hear me. But if you 45, 55, 65, or 75, I need you to get home. The main thing is to get home, and to get home safely. And how do you do that? How do you do that? And I have a friend. I'm gonna go along with him. See, I drive on the street because the highway is just a little much for me now. I get on the highway if I have to, but I don't do the highway a lot. I tend to travel the streets. You have to be really careful on the street though, because that's kind of like a, I don't know, like the street is where people waiting for you. What I want to call the street traps you. So you got to be careful with the streets. But I have a friend who says, Georgianne, I get on the highway. I don't care how it is. I don't care how crowded it is. I don't care how bumper to bumper traffic is. He said, I get home as a black man. I get on the highway, and when I get off the highway, I'm at my house. He said, so I just don't fool with the streets. You get stopped on the streets. All kind of things happen on the streets, you see. And so he has a point. So I thought I would just take a few minutes since we're going into the weekend. You know, I don't work on the weekend. Georgianne doesn't work on the weekend. You know, I just want to say something to you about getting home. You got to get home. You can't super age, like I said, from the grave. It's over. From the hospital and from jail. And there's a movement, a subtle movement. It's not subtle, I'm thinking anymore. I just think that there's a desire to start trouble, and we're not trying to start any. I like this woman who said that black people are not monolithic, but we have monolithic moments, and that was we're not marching right now, and so let's get another moment. We're getting home. We're gonna make it home. We're gonna travel on the highway as much as we can, because on the highway they got enough going on up there. There's too many cars, you know, and people speeding. Let them get them speeding folk. They get more money on them tickets. They don't have time to just stop you because your light may be out, or something like that. So travel the highway. Get home is what I'm trying to say. It's Friday night, and folks said just got paid, but you need to get home. Figure out a way to get home. Stay off of them streets after a certain time of night. I know you like going out. I noticed something in Atlanta. I don't know. I noticed something in Atlanta. Let me just say, and I don't mean Atlanta proper, inside Atlanta. I'm talking about outside Atlanta. We have a number of black businesses have opened. You wanted to open in neighborhoods where you were the only black business. You had your reasons for that. And now you find yourself in a position where your patrons are up there in the neighborhood where you're the only black business. And your patrons, you know, your patrons, they may come, and I'm sure they are coming, but there's a chance when they leave there, that one only black business in that neighborhood where you wanted to be, because you said it would be more successful, and it probably is more successful here because they didn't have that you have, that you're offering. We're concentrated, so we know that your one black business is a business. I can wait for your patrons. I can take pictures of your people. I can do a whole lot of things with just your people. I mean, it's just, I'm just asking you to pay attention to what's going on. That's all. Let's pay close attention to our comings and our going. I know in Psalm 121, he does take care of you, your comings and your goings. You know, but you might want to come before a certain time of day, or you coming and you're going. Be careful of the timing of your coming and going. I noticed that when there's something like really going on with the sports, that nobody's doing anything because the sports take over. So you might want to use that time. I don't know. I'm just seem like I'm rambling, but I'm not. I gotta be careful because I'm on YouTube. I gotta be careful what I say, and you know, people record, and then you become the enemy. But you gotta get home, baby, and you young'uns got to get home. You can't be hot-headed out here. If you get stopped, you can ask for a supervisor right away. That'll take care of all of that. You know, but if they ask you for something, I don't understand the point of not giving the license. But I understand that nobody has to give a license if you haven't done anything. But I think when they stop and ask you, I think you're supposed to give that license. And speaking of, you need to get the license that got the star at the top or embedded in there. When you get ready to travel now, they're going to stop you, baby, from going on an airplane. They're going to stop you. It's a movement. It's a movement. I'm doing this. I'm praying that y'all understand it's a movement. You know, I want to thank my friend Franklin for calling me today. Thank you. I needed that little boost today. I did. But anyway, it's a movement, baby. And you 45. You the prime one we want to, you 55. You 65. And then the 75. Did you see one time they got a woman, along with my age, put her arms behind her back? She panicked. You can't panic. You haven't done anything, you can't panic. It's a way to speak to the officer so you can get home. I don't even know how I came to this, except I was disturbed. I was just disturbed about how you can get stopped for something that you didn't even know you could get stopped for that. It's a new day. I got a song called It's a New Day. And I don't want to leave Friday on a sad note, but I'm saying to you all, you got to be careful nowadays. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. If you look like me, I'm 82, I'll be 83. But my skin is black. I didn't ask for my parents. I'm glad I had them. But my skin is black. And there's no but. My skin is black. And so I fall in with everybody else. At 82, 75, 42, 33, 18, my skin is black. And I'm going to do that Nina Simone song, the four women. I don't understand it. But I do understand this. God got us. I do understand this. You got to get home. That's right. And you got to figure out how to get home. When you get in that car, you got to get home. Now, my age group, we usually home before it gets dark. But some of y'all are still out. And I want you to have a good time. I'm not saying I don't want you to have a great time. I still want you to have a great time. I just need you to, when you leave the club, pay attention to who's behind you, who's in front of you. When you walk out, look and see who's following you. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you like this is Big Mama tonight. This Big Mama, this Mama them, this sister, this auntie talking to you tonight. I don't know who it is, but this is a warning for somebody for tomorrow night. Somebody's going somewhere tomorrow night. You trying to go somewhere. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I get messages that I'm supposed to take care of, and I don't know who's going out tomorrow night, Saturday. Now I don't even know where this message is going. I just know we got to get home, baby. We can't super age, like I said. If we're in the graveyard. We can't super age if we're in the hospital with being shot or being locked up because you didn't know how to say officer. You gotta be. You need to know. You need to see what's going on out here. There's something going on. I don't like any of it, but I need for you to take care of yourself. Because I need you to be on a slice of life. I need you to come with me as we get older without getting old. But we got to have some sense too. We got to have some sense. Some folk, they don't have any stopping sense. But we got some stopping sense. We have to stop and pay attention to what's going on. You out here popping off. You can't pop off right now. The main thing is to make it to the house. Make it to the house, baby. You like your hair like you like it. I like my hair like I like it. There's some folks don't care how our hair look. All they know is they see the skin. It's the skin we in. There are people who, it doesn't matter how well read, how well spoken, how well dressed, how well traveled, or how well lived we are. We still are in a body that looks like something that they do not want to see, hear, smell, or know on this earth. Having said that, let's get home. All right? Let's get home. Let's get through the weekend. You know, we're traveling, and we travel down some roads. You know, we travel down some roads. I got some preachers. I got a preacher presiding elder son-in-law, and a preacher by his wife, my daughter, and little Gigi. We go down some roads, y'all, in some different places, and we pray, and prayer keeps us. Prayer takes care of us. And prayer does change things. But Jordan is telling you tonight, besides prayer, prayerfully understand how to get home. Because I need you to join me on a slice of life. I love you. You know I do. I would not take this kind of time and have this on a Friday if I didn't know it's somebody I'm talking to that's going somewhere Saturday. Don't forget. Don't forget that person. You haven't done it yet. I know it through this. I know what I'm talking about. The person I told you sitting at a red light. You sitting at the light. You haven't told the person you love them. You're not hearing me. You better pay attention to you better pay attention to what I'm saying. You better pay attention to what I'm saying. I said it 2 days now. This is my third time saying it. I'm talking to somebody on the other side of the screen. This is my third time and my last time saying it. You are sitting at a red light, and you haven't told a person that you're supposed to tell that you love them. Everybody knows what happened to the man sitting at the red light. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying nothing else but that. And I'm also saying you got to get home. I don't know who's going out Saturday, but we all got to get home. We all going somewhere different Saturday. It's funny. I don't know. We're going to ask God to stay with us. I love y'all. You know that. When I come to you like this, it's serious. I don't come like this. You know, I love you. And you can't do anything about it.